Peace, peace, peace. What's good, family? How's everybody doing today? I'd like to thank you guys for all of you that watched my interview with the unapologetic Negropean yesterday. It was about my experiences being, I would say, semi-catfished by a woman in Nigeria who moved to Ghana. It's funny how I'm wearing a Ghana soccer jacket now. Anyway, this is not right because I need to apologize to him first, but I want to apologize to unapologetic Negropean because I think I was kind of talking over him, and looking back at it, it wasn't really a great interview in some sense, but some people got something out of it, so that's good. And I did get a long series of voice messages from someone we'll just call Lisa, who first off started that it was a really bad look for me to be talking about what happened to me, that I made a bad choice in her, and I knew where this was coming. Eventually she said, well, how come you never hit me up? Now this is a woman that inboxed me and gave me her number. I sent her a few more messages. I just was not interested. Maybe I should have said that. I didn't want to be me, but I was not interested in her because I want to be a dad. I want to, be married and all the rest of that. But also, I wasn't attracted to her. Like, I wasn't feeling her energy. I wasn't physically, mentally, like nothing was like really there. But first and foremost, it's like you've had your children, you've been through the things you've been through, and me, I may be a little bit older, but I know what I want. So I made a mistake with the African girl. I definitely admit that. Definitely made a mistake. I made a wrong judgment. I never said that African-born women are better than African-American women, but I honestly thought that there might be a little more chill with some of these African women, and this was a case that laid me out and set me straight. I now realize that there's really truly no difference. At the end of the day, it's like, what do you believe in? Who were you raised by? What culture do you partake in? There's definitely a problem with westernized, Americanized influences in America and Africa. Anything that's kind of devoid of like really healthy culture. And I thought that, some African women were not as colonized as I find some of our own sisters here in America. Colonized means when you have an outlook that is really spurred by the larger culture, from what we believe in terms of the holidays, what we practice, how we treat each other, how we see the world, how we see our people. So I made a mistake and I manned up to that in the interview, but all I heard from this sister that was commenting was what a bad look it was. And ultimately she was talking about, well, why didn't I talk to her? Why am I playing myself and all this other stuff, I guess, with African girls. And then she went on to say how she's part African, and then she has some European in her and all the rest of that stuff. But let me just say, okay, I made a mistake. I made a really big mistake with this sister. And yeah, so that's the long and short of that. And I'm man enough to say I made a mistake, and I'm glad I got out. But I'm a human being. I make mistakes. Everybody's made mistakes in relationships, in life, and beyond. It's not the end of the world. And I don't really go by people's judgments of me. I understand that there was people all in the comments talking about how stupid it was, the mistake I made, and all this other stuff. I didn't even really look at the comments. Because I said what I said. The only thing that I regret about yesterday is not kind of maybe speaking over the host a little bit. So I'm going to speak to him about that. So we'll have a better interview next time. But I lived and I learned. I made my choice, and I'm fine. I wasn't even hurt when it ended. I wasn't hurt because we had a big fight before it all came out, and I think she was already married at that point. She said some very disrespectful things, and until we addressed it, I knew that we could not go forward. You know, so we all make our mistakes in dating and relationships. I made mine. You know, my biggest issue was I allowed it to go on too long. There was disrespect from almost the beginning. When I say disrespect, I'm talking about like hanging up the phone, trying to curse somebody out, talking over people, insulting. I never did none of that stuff, but she did it, and that should have been my sign. Also, just really extreme jealousy, insecurity. So, yo, I man up. I took the L. I made a mistake. I should have cut it off right then and there. But for folks that want to just come in and judge me by the choice that I made that choice. I'm gonna live with that. I'm gonna stand on what happened, and I'll take all the blame that I need to take from it. But also, I'm not hard up for a woman. I'm not out here really even searching. There's women out there that got love for me on all kind of levels right now, and I'm not bragging at all. I'm not bragging at all, but ain't nobody like trying to propose to me or be married to me or inboxing me, giving me their number. That's not really happening except with this girl, Alicia. So I want to say that to you, I don't want to make this just about her, but it's like, if you're watching this, if you watch this, what you said wasn't constructive. It wasn't helpful. I mean, you even commented, you said that I pulled up my sleeve and then my collars were dirty or something like that. My jacket was dirty. And it could have been. I did actually wash my clothes yesterday. But you were saying everything in that, you're just like Bay Area men. And what else did you say? Something, you brought up Kevin Samuels. You said something on the fact that you black men are valuable, but you're not as valuable as you think. I'm like, what does that even mean? And this part of the African American woman is what I don't like. This passive aggressive sort of, disrespect of the black man because of your own dating and life and love and marriage and life situation. You start boxing us all together, and, I found out through this experience that African women do it too. They can be quite disrespectful as well. Now, I never wrote off African women or African American women, not at all. I've just had some very bad experiences with them, and I'll speak on that another time. But the only time I ever cheated on my girlfriend was in college, and that was a very long time ago. We're talking about the 90s, and then she cheated on me as well. So before she even knew. So I stand on that. I stand on loyalty. I stand on what's right. Now, I've blown some great women. I remember one sister I was trying to date. She was from Houston. She would have married me, but she wanted to move to New Jersey. But I had kind of just moved into Harlem. I had a nice spot, and she wanted to move. And now I want to move back to Harlem. I'm in the Bronx now, but she said she kept insisting on Jersey. Anyway, that was led to kind of like the dissolution of our relationship. And yeah, so anyway, I just kept dating in New York. And then maybe it's a New York thing, but I just found the women here are just kind of rough and kind of brash, and for a lot of reasons, a lot of justified reasons, but I just didn't want that. So part of me said, well, why don't you try, since you're not going to white girls or outside of the race, why don't you try women with different experience, maybe Africa, maybe Brazil. I talked to a woman in Brazil before, and anyway, it's taking too long to come visit her or come see her, and in her mind at least. And actually she started talking to somebody else, come to find out later that she was with a white Italian man, and she married him and she had the baby, and now she's miserable. And I was like, you should have just held on. I was on my way. I applied for my passport to move, and I had lost my job, a lot of hard things. So that kind of let me know, it's not just African American women, And now I know it's not just Brazil women, and it's not just African born women. It's that I'm choosing the wrong ones. And I'm perhaps not in a place, where I could be the right one for them, who I chose before. Hopefully in the future, I will choose better, but I'm not hard up right now. I'm not searching. I never said I was searching. Right now I'm just trying to make my impact on the community, get back into the movement, change lives, and also to build my business, to get my money right. Those are my concerns. And if I meet or am talking to somebody that's a friend, that we can help each other in this journey called life, that's what it's all about. But anyway, I just want to say to you, Lisa, I thank you for what you sent me. I found it helpful in a way to see where frustration and anger and twisting of words, and when a brother's just not interested, can affect a woman. And I'm not trying to disrespect you. I'm not trying to disrespect any woman, but I just, like, some of the things you said was just really, really disrespectful. And you don't even know me. I haven't been in the Bay Area since '95. So what's that, 25, 26 years? I grew up out there from 4 to 19. But I went to college in the South, and I was born in Missouri, and I was in the South, and then I was in Missouri in the Midwest, and then I came back down South, and then I've been in New York. I've been in New York longer than I've been in anywhere else, for my life. So I'm happy, I'm content, but if you're gonna critique someone, do it in a way that can help build them up rather than trying to destroy them, or based on your own anger and your own issue. I'm not saying that some of the things you said weren't valid. What I went through was a bad look on me. What I went through, I did play myself. I did make the wrong choice. I should have got out. And maybe even my collar on my other jacket was a little dirty. But that doesn't define who I am. That's a mistake I made. Or mistakes that I made. So anyway, just wanted to clarify all that. I was gonna do a video, I still may if time doesn't run out, on my mom and my mom's 21-year marriage that led to her early demise, and hopefully I'll also have time to do that. But if not, I'll do it in another location because I'm running out of time here in the office. Anyway, if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, help me build this platform, and I love y'all. Peace to you, Alicia. Thank you for telling me how you really felt. I hope you find what you're looking for. And that's it. Love y'all. Peace.